Hey Matt.
Hello Nick.
Matt's here. Debrek have asked him to come down and show us the new in the CPM range, DF-8, which is a dual filter.
It is. It's a dual analog dynamic filter.
Right, and it's part of the range because you came and showed us the DS2, which is the drone synth, which people really seem to dig, and they seem to be onto something. I mean, it's taken a little bit of time to get here, but now we've got another in the range, right?
Yeah, the DS2 was about a year ago. That's a complete analog drone synth, no envelopes, no VCAs. It's all about vibe and movement and texture and very vibey. And now we've got the launch of the next CPM, which is the DF-8, as I say, dual filter, and it can be used alongside the DS2 to kind of enhance it and turn that into something else, or it can be used in its own right. So we'll dive into this and have a look.
So you've got them linked up with the special little gadgety things. So these will clip together in that sort of as part of a scene. So you've got so we've got this little
So
ridges.
You probably noticed this last time when I came on DS2. These ridges here for the first time, you can, unless you've got two of these, you can see that they slot together like that, and then you get one of these which comes with either of them, and then that slots in there and that secures them nicely together.
So we're going to look at the individual units first, but you've also brought a modular system for us to have a look at a little bit later on, right?
Yeah.
Sort of in situ, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because this can be used in multiple ways. So you can use it standalone like we are now. This is powered off batteries right now. We've got 6 AAs in there, and same with the DS2. Or you can run it off a 9 volt power supply, or put it in your Eurorack system, and we can power it from there as well,
Right, okay, well, tell us about it, man. Yeah. Sounds like a line from Greece, doesn't it?
Does, yeah. So, this is a dual analog filter, so it does what it says on the tin. So we've got two filters here, they're identical. Each filter's got not only a VCF, but also a VCA.
Right.
There's a noise generator in there as well, but what's really cool, and the reason why it's called a DF-8, is because each of the filters has got 8 different filter types. So we'll go through these, but we've got the first 4 here are from the original Generate synth. Do you remember from Stylophone?
Yep.
I think there was a limited run of those synths done.
Was that the metal one?
It was, yeah. It was about that big. Not many was made. Very sort of beastly sounding, as they called it.
It was aggressive.
It was, and a big part of that was actually the filter sound. And up until now, the only way you could get that filter was in that synth. So if you're lucky enough to own one out there, brilliant. But now you can access those filters directly in here. And then we've got a faithful recreation of the 2045 filter chip.
Right.
So you might remember this from like a lot of house music. I think it was used in the Mutator. You know, you've heard it on Daft Punk records. It's smoother.
Sort of that real kind of slow, almost on the whole mix kind of sound. Right. Yeah.
And that's what they call the beauty side of this. So the beast is like the Generate filters, bit more gnarly, bit more beastly. And then the beauty is this 2045, bit more discreet, bit smoother. And then we've actually got some variations where they've actually put the 2045 filter with the Generate filter and made 3 brand new filter types from it as well. So that's the Bandpass Plus, the Notch Plus, and the Bandstop Plus, which you see here. Now, I'll just quickly say these, but we'll plug them in a second. This Band Plus.
That's a mouthful.
It is. The Bandpass Plus is basically taking the low pass filter from the 2045 and the high pass filter from the Generate and putting them in series. So you end up with like 2 filter peaks.
Ah, okay.
Really nice. Then with the Notch Plus, they've taken the low pass from the 2045 and the high pass from the Generate, but this time put them in parallel.
But that works on each filter side, so you're not using 2 filters to create that, you're using 1 filter. So you could do that twice, I suppose.
You could if you wanted to,
yeah. Got you.
And the last one's the Bandstop Plus, which is the same as the Notch Plus, but the bands are the filter peaks are much further apart, and you get this really nice kind of phasing sound.
Right, gotcha.
So plenty of options in there. We've obviously got resonance. We can open and close these filters with these envelopes, which we've got here, ADSRs. They can also be loopable. You can trigger them in a number of ways, which we'll look at. And over here, then we've also got the kind of effects section. We've got the vibey delay in here with the PT2399, sort of the Bucket Brigade kind of delay.
Right, so sort of slightly crusty, but
yeah, love it. And then we also have sample and hold, which is included in there. We can use that on the filters. And then we've got a bunch of I/O as well. So like I say, when you want to use this in your Eurorack case, or
so it's quite a lot. So you've got envelope, VCA, 2 filters, and effects, and they're all separately addressed. And a speaker, of course.
And the speaker to make it portable. And of course, when you combine that with a DS2, you basically take the DS2 and you get in 2 full synth voices here.
Right.
Oscillators, filters, envelopes, amps. It's all there.
We better listen. I think it's time to hear it.
Let's have a listen. So I've just got one of the oscillators coming out the DS2, going into the first filter. So there's our generate low pass filter. I'll just do a few sweeps.
Right, you can hear it start to scream a bit there. Oh yeah.
There it is. That's what the generate's known for. We've then got the band pass of that. I don't want to go any more with the resonance. I'm only at about 1 o'clock. I think if I go any more, it really starts to bite. Yeah.
Well, it's good. I mean, it's good that you can make it uncontrollable.
100%. And we've got the high pass.
And are these, are the generators 4-pole as well, or 2-pole?
I think they're 4-pole. I could be wrong. And then we've got the notch filter as well.
Oh yeah, that's sort of slightly phasey.
Yeah. So then when we go over to the other ones, so we're going now into the 2045 range.
So you can hear there's more
smoother.
Yeah. So 2 discrete circuits in there, effectively, right?
Absolutely, yeah. This is a faithful analog recreation of that 2045. I don't think you can get those 2045 chips anymore that do these filters, or they're really expensive to make, or something. But they're in here now. So there's that low pass.
And what the resonance presumably is more controllable on the smooth side.
It's definitely more smoother.
It just starts to break up there.
Yeah, and I've actually got that nearly maxed out on the resonance. If I was to go over to the generate on that resonance, it's going to be... next one's the bandpass plus. So like I say here, we've got the low pass from the 2045 and the high pass from the generate, and this is in series. It's quite an interesting... And if we go to the notch plus, we get more of a phaser, because
I bet now that sounds nice with delay on it as well.
Oh yeah, we've got some delay, but these are now in parallel, so that's why you get that.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then the band stop plus is taking that, but making those filter peaks even further apart. So you get really.
You get different. It looks like the travel changes depending on where you are on the.
100%.
There's quite a lot going on there.
Yeah. Bit of delay. Very nice.
And that's just one filter. And these filters are identical, right?
They are, yeah. They're absolutely identical. So we can obviously play around with that all day long and just get lost in it. But we've got envelopes here that we can trigger these filters with. So yeah, there's a number of ways to play around with those. So if I just go back to the low pass here, close off filter, we can actually use this manual button here to trigger the envelope. It's a full ADSR. We can use the depth control here. Just take the delay off a second.
So while you're holding it, you're in the... It's a full ADSR, is it?
Full ADSR, yeah.
While it's down, you're in the sustain portion.
Yeah. If I take that sustain out, obviously, now it's going to cycle through. Which is, yeah, we can trigger that manually like that if we want to. There's a number of other ways though that you can trigger this. The other one is put it in cycle mode, and now these.
It's like a function generator then. Oh, it goes fast.
It goes really fast. And you can go linear or exponential curves on this as well, depending on what kind of flavour you want. So yeah, that's pretty cool. The other way that you can do it, and this is pretty interesting, let me bring in an audio drum loop, and I'll just run that into the second filter here. And what we can do, I'll leave that on the low pass of the 2045. We can actually use this threshold input. And what it'll do, it'll basically, you can set a threshold.
A gate trigger.
Yeah. So if I turn that on and turn that filter up.
This is just playing off a computer, which you probably can't see off shot. But
as I change that threshold, depending on the volume of those drums.
Then that's triggering this envelope.
Triggering these, yeah. Which we can change to taste. Of course, add that resonance. Bit delay. So you could have that running on one side. You could have a drum loop or or any other audio and trigger that envelope. That's a really cool thing. Or of course, you can use a gate signal. So going back to our filter over here, if I just send a gate input from my sequencer, and that's now triggering the envelope here, which in turn we control the depth with over here. And we bring that drum loop back in on the other channel. Add a bit of delay.
Can you drive the filters a little bit, or are they just sort of straight through? Is there
I think it all depends on the level of the audio going in.
Right.
So that, yeah, so if you were to drive it somehow on the way in, so it's going to hit them harder.
Right.
But the other thing that I quite like to do, because you've got headphone outputs here as well,
you can run a feedback loop.
Create a nice feedback loop and do that sort of thing if you want to go even crazier. But these generate filters offer you a lot in terms of that sort of...
What happens if can I hear a bit more of the drum loop? It's sort of quite a resi.
Nice. Yeah. So there's an example of that, and of course we can then turn this into.
So they're both going down the middle at the moment, aren't they? I noticed that. So
yeah.
So yeah.
You've got stereo spread on this. So if I was to take, I've got another channel of a sequence here. I'll take the gate input to trigger that envelope this time, and I'll go into the pitch input of my second drone voice. Take that and put that into the second filter. And now we've got basically got two complete synth voices.
Yeah.
Let's put that into stereo and you'll notice it's going to go boom.
Oh, that's nice.
So what happens there in stereo, filter 1 is panned hard left, filter 2 is panned hard right, and then the delay is in the middle. So
nice, so I could imagine you could take a stereo signal and just offset the filters a little bit and get some really nice stereo movement as well, on a single channel if you wanted to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course with all of this, now I'm just using these low passes at the minute, but of course we've got so many we can play around with. And give us different flavours.
What's that one? That one sounds like...
So that's the bandpass on the generate over on the left, and then we've got the band stop plus over there on the right.
A bit more resonance on that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
So here we are. We've effectively now got two complete synth voices. We've obviously got the oscillators from here, which we can play around with and change the timbre of those. We've got sub oscillators. We've even got filters and with resonance if we wanted to play with those before they go in to the DF-8. And then of course we've got the filters over here. We've got the envelopes, we've got the delay and the sample and hold. So yeah, two full synth voices there playing together. So anything that's basically got a black background, not the white background, is an input.
Right.
So we've got cut-off filter frequency and the VCA we can control from any modulation sources. In fact, what we could do, we could take that from the Ultra LFO over here. If I turn that on, take the wave output, and I'll just turn down the second one, put that back in mono. And I could take this LFO and add that to the cutoff frequency. So now it's using the envelope and that LFO combined together to manipulate and change this filter frequency.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you could go really fast with it. Yeah, or you could run that into the VCA if you wanted to instead. The VCA, when turned on, will take the input from the ADSR here, unless we've got something plugged into it like that, in which case it will then take any modulation source that's going into the VCA there.
Right, so this just takes, there's no attenuators on these, it's just that, yeah, right, so you need to dial it in from an external source, right? Okay.
Exactly. And you can completely bypass, by the way, the VCA and the filter if you wanted to. So that's it's just running through now from there into here, and we're just utilising the delay now on here.
Right.
Yeah, it's real fun to play with. Let's put the filter back on. As soon as we've got this moving here, we'll just add that to a bit of the filter and a little bit to this waveform. So now we've got loads of movement going on. And bring in the second channel again, let's go stereo.
It's a sea of sequence.
It's lovely, yeah. It's so much fun to play with as well, and I think it's very immediate. I really love what they've done with this CPM range. It's yeah, it's really cool. But I think one other thing I'll do is, let's take all this out, and just want to show you as well about processing audio, because I've got a drum loop coming from the computer, which is stereo. So I can effectively go audio in left and right into here. I won't be using the envelopes now. I'll put them both in low pass, and filters are on. And maybe I'll find something with a bit of bass line as well. Take the delay off. So there we go, we've got some drums and bass coming into this, and of course now we've got a stereo filter with independent left and right.
Right, nice.
Or we can do something, this is pretty cool, you can actually do a cut-off link, which means now both of them are controlled.
Is there an offset that way?
Yeah, you can use that as an offset if you want to on the second channel. So you could use this on end of chain, you could use it for kind of DJing purposes if you wanted to do something like that. Which is really nice. And again, I was loving taking this waveforms from the Ultra LFO. So let's add that to the cutoff over here. Yeah, let's add that.
Almost just sounds like a massively deep phaser, doesn't it?
Yeah. So we've got...
Oh, you're inverted there, so...
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Bit of resonance. I'll take the cutoff link off, so now they're completely independent. So we've basically got this Ultra LFO now, opening and closing those filters for us. Hand left, hard left and right. And again, a bit of that delay, why not? And yeah, so that's another way of using it. You could use it on the end of chain, stereo processing. You know, if you haven't got a synthesizer, I'm sure you've got a computer or you've got samples or whatever, run it through.
Nice. So you've got a modular case that you've got a bit more of a sort of developed patch that you could show us as well. Shall we get that up?
Let's get that out.
All right, nice. Okay, by the magic of video editing, we have a modular system here, which is one of your performance cases, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. So we've housed the DS2 and the CPM DF-8 into here. And to do that, it was very simple. So this was the unit. Take out these 8 screws on the front here. Just need a Phillips screwdriver. And then very carefully comes out of the unit. I'll just try and get this for the camera. You disconnect that.
I disconnect this cable here.
Yeah, and that's...
And there's the header pin for the...
there we go.
For the ribbon cable.
That's right.
Comes with the ribbon cable?
Actually, in the boxes that I had, it didn't. I don't know if it will for the actual release of them. Mine didn't. It might come though with a ton of other cables. So you'd get a load of patch cables. You get some various
attenuator
splitters.
cable. Oh, right,
yeah,
nice.
a little attenuated cable there, which can be useful, and for headphone splitters and things like that. So you get all of that in there.
Right. So you've got a patch running here.
Yeah.
Talk us through it.
Well, it's kind of like what we had before. So again, I'm teaming up the DS2 with the DF-8. So I've taken voice 1, gone into filter 1, voice 2, gone into filter 2, and I'm just using this sequencer here to play some notes and trigger the envelopes.
Right, so we've just got two independent waves.
Yeah, I might actually put that in stereo. Ooh, so we've got them split like that. And yeah, so just got a nice simple little thing going on like that.
Right.
What I thought I'd demonstrate, because this is modular friendly, it's in a modular case, as soon as you put it in a modular environment, it opens up so many other possibilities, of course. So yeah, for example, I've got maths here, which if I take this, this is just kicking out an envelope on channel 1, which is coming from here. So what you can do, let me just turn down filter 2. I'll put that back in the middle for now. What we can do, even though that this is being triggered by the envelope here, which we can make shorter and longer, you can add another signal to the cutoff input, which will add in addition to what we're hearing here. So in the case of maths, close the filter up, so without it.
So we've always got an additional envelope on top?
Yeah, so we've just got that. It's very kind of straight, sounds cool already. Let's add that in. Creates more rhythm.
Yep.
So you could do that with the second filter as well. You know, you could, if you wanted to, run that into the VCA.
Right, okay.
So now it's just opening and closing that VCA for us. But I quite like this combination of using the internal envelope and something else to kind of create these other rhythms. So let's bring back in the bit of delay. And I'll bring in a kick drum just for a bit of context. A bit of hi-hat. Nice. And it's fun to play with all these different filter types. They're just, yeah, real pleasure to play around with. And then there's, of course, there's loads that we could tap into here. Another thing that I quite like to do, because we're using the DS2 and the DF-8,
yeah,
and we've got this Ultra LFO over here, what's quite fun is to change the rate of the LFO from one of the envelopes in the DF-8, which is being triggered by a sequencer. So if we take envelope 2 output, for example, and run that in to here, you'll see it's changing the rate of this LFO.
Right.
We can apply that.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, add that to that particular voice, and it's creating that kind of like hard sync sound. So without it.
And what happens if we tweak the overall filter depth? Nice.
Yeah. So I love this interaction between the two units. There's so much by playing around with this Ultra LFO and the
so
envelopes.
I get you could make a multi-voice system out of this, presumably, couldn't you? So this two of these gives you 2 voices.
Yeah.
4 of them, 2 of each would give you a 4-voice system.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I've actually got 2 DS2s and 2 DF8s at home, and I've been playing around with exactly that with the Arturia key step, 4-voice poly.
Nice.
So yeah, it's really good fun. Yeah, so that's quite good to do. Another thing is we might take the LFO from here, which is going crazy now, and we might apply that to the VCA input of this particular filter.
That's interesting.
Just making it go absolutely loopy. Try some different.
That's quite interesting. It's almost percussive, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, speaking of percussion, we've actually got noise on these as well, which we haven't used yet. So we can bring that sort of in, and also on this channel. So you can get these kind of, I'll just take that out for a second. You can add noise to that signal. Let's go to low pass 2045 on this channel. Add some noise to that.
And that's pre-filter, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. And then over on here, we've got the low pass from the Generate going on that lower line.
Which is more like a cut, yeah.
Now I've got this percussion. Add the hi-hats from over here. Just turn that up here. Yeah, so you You could use this percussively, I suppose, and then take those out, and you're back to your other voices. It's had a bit of extra reverb and delay. I've just taken the headphone output, which you can use at the same time as the main output, and I've just ran that into some reverb over here.
Gotcha. Just
for some extra background noise, which is nice. Yeah, so, I mean, if you've got a modular system, you've got, you know, LFOs, sequencers, plug it into this, and you can expand on its capabilities, obviously, and by incorporating all of this.
Yeah, I really like that audio rate mod. Sounds really nice on those. Some of those filters.
Yeah, it's very nice. And of course, on the DS2, we've got the voices we can play around with, change the octaves. Take that audio rate out of the envelope and get it back smoother. Add it back in.
So this is, when are these available? When's the DF-8 available?
So I've been told, and I just want to make sure I've got this right. So we have got a release date of the 20th of November.
Right.
So it'll be available to buy from stylophone.com or there's a load of retailers as well. In fact, if you go to the website, there's a section on there, and I think it shows you who is going to be selling them.
Got a price?
Do, yes. So we've got $229 UK.
Yeah.
€269 and $299.
Are they the same for all the CPM range?
I believe so, yeah.
Right,
I need to double check that, but I think that's the same. So essentially a two-voice system here with the filtering, with the envelopes, with the VCA for under £500.
And the effects as well.
And the effects, portable, built-in speakers as well, which are really
let's
cool.
not forget those, of course.
Them, yeah. I mean,
could check your mixers on them, I guess, couldn't you?
You could, yeah. You sit on a bus and noodle away. You know, someone might get a bit annoyed, but they're there. So, so I believe they're also going to be at NAMM as well, and they're going to be showing off the next thing that's coming along in the CPM range. So
brilliant.
I think there's
more to come.
Yeah, and I've spent a bit of time with the company, and I've seen a bit of a roadmap, and obviously I can't say too much, but I love what they're doing in terms of taking Stylophone and moving that brand forward. I mean, it's one of the oldest British synthesizer
I suppose it is.
companies.
I mean, it goes right back, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
If you think about it, so
certainly for sort of commercially. I mean, going back to Stylophone, which was been what, late '60s, something like that, I think.
Maybe earlier. I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
can't remember the timeline now, but
okay.
But yeah, they're certainly bringing it up to date, and this little system I've got going on here, I've had so much fun with it. It's inspired me to go back into the studio and maybe do some recording with this as well.
Nice one. Well, thanks for coming in, Matt.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks.
Thanks for watching, everybody. I think Matt will just sort of continue to fade us to black with more noodling. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.